Tom Thibodeau, first win as a Knicks head coach. His post-game comments brought to you by Chase.
Tom, I guess just talk about getting your first win back here and the way you do it, on a back-to-back against a real tough team.
Yeah, I told the guys before the game, after watching the film yesterday of the Philadelphia game, I felt better about how we played in that game after I watched the film. And I could see the growth from the start, and then to carry it over against a quality team like Milwaukee. And that's what we have to, strive to do, is to improve each day. And, I thought we've played well in the first half. Today we carried it over, and I thought we played well in the second half, particularly, late in the third. And so there's a long way to go. Obviously we have a lot of work to do, but it's a good start.
Our next question comes from Mark Berman, New York Post.
Hey, Tom. How did Elfrid set the tone early, and how excited were you that he was able to turn it around?
He played a terrific all-around game, and that's part of this league. Is the games keep coming, and you have to have a short memory, and you can play well if you don't shoot well. But his all-around play was terrific. His defense was outstanding. He kept us organized offensively. He made shots. He was aggressive going to the basket. He had his spot-ups. It was a terrific all-around game from him.
Our next question comes from Chris Eisman, The Record.
Hey, Tom, what did you see from R.J. Barrett, and what stood out about him, especially the way he was able to bounce back from last night?
Just aggressiveness. And, when you don't make shots, you can't let that impact other parts of your game. And he had a big first game, and when you have a game like that, you're going to get attention. And then you got to read the game and what's going on, how are they playing you? And then you have to use maybe their aggressiveness, their double teams, the way they're closing out to our team's advantage. And I think, he's doing that, is penetrating drives, putting a lot of pressure on the defense, forcing the defense to collapse. He continues to get better with rim reads, and I think he could be a dynamic playmaker. And when the ball moves freely and you hit the open man, you're going to get quality shots, and that's what we have to do to win.
Our next question comes from Mike Vorkunov, The Athletic.
Hey, Tom. It seems Julius has kind of really blossomed over the first three games as a distributor and a facilitator for you. I mean, what is the role you've kind of given him, and why is he doing it so much better than they did last season and when he was asked to be a point forward in New York? Well, I think, we're asking everyone to do basically the same thing, and that's sort of the way the game is in today's NBA. And so he has the ability to put it on the floor, and then you have to make the read at the basket. What are they doing? Is there two or three guys on you? And if there are, hit the open man. Trust the pass. When you do that, the game becomes very easy. And it's the same thing with the post-up. So the principle of sound offense is to force the defense to collapse and shift. And once you do that, you have to just sustain your spacing and hit the open man and make plays for each other. Then you get a good rhythm, you get high-quality shots. It allows you a chance to offensive rebound, and also it gives you an opportunity to get back and get your defense set. And I thought our defense continues to improve. We still have a long way to go, but guys are starting to make a second and third effort, and that's necessary.
Our next question comes from Mike Vorkunov, The Athletic.
I mean, you mentioned how Elfrid, games keep coming in the league. Did you talk to him after last night's game? I think some people who were there last night said they saw him working on a shot afterward. Did you talk to him after the game? What was his mentality like? And did you notice him trying to kind of make amends?
Elfrid's a good pro. He's been coming in extra, just working on his game. And you don't really have to say anything to him other than, we talk to him every day about what the game plan is, what our expectations are, try to prepare him as best we can for each game. And yeah, he's learning a new system. He's got new teammates. But that's what you love about him. He comes in every day, gives you what he has, and he knows how to bounce back. And so in this league, you have to have that ability. And because we win tonight, we enjoy it for tonight, and then we gotta get ready for the next one. That's the way it is in this league. The games keep coming. So you win, and you want to learn from the game, what happened in the game, why did we win? I think that's an important part of our development. And also, if you lose, why did we lose, and what do we have to do better to correct it?
Our last question comes from Mike Vaccaro, New York Post.
Tom, you talked earlier about watching the film of last night's game. I know coaches can, it's what you do. I mean, you find good things on tape and you find bad things on tape that players don't necessarily see. But how important is it for a new group like this, for the new coach, to actually get a tangible result for all the work that you put in? I mean, not wanting to put too much emphasis on one game out of 72, but just, getting a tangible result that they can actually point to and say, this is what hard work can yield.
Well, I think you want them to understand the winning component and all that goes into winning. And so every game we'll pull clips for them to watch, both good and bad, the things that we did well. And maybe we didn't do enough of those things well to win the game. But every game, if we can improve, and maybe we're at 24, 25 minutes of real good basketball, maybe we get it to 30 and you keep pushing forward. And to understand, we got to eliminate all the ways in which we beat ourselves first, to put ourselves in position to win. And usually that's your defense, your rebounding, and getting your turnovers down. And so that's what we've been emphasizing. And as you mentioned, we're not going to get carried away with one win. I think you can't lose sight of the work part of it. We always say the magic is in the work, and it really is. I think you improve incrementally, and as long as we're putting the work into it, we'll get better.